Hello, my name is Raj Chako, and today I would like to talk to you about what is new with ACI. As you guys might have heard, Cisco's InCME BU recently announced a new version of the software for ACI, or Application Centric Infrastructure, codenamed Brazos. Now this software will be released to public as a version 1.2/11.2. But today, instead of talking about the specific features and all the additional functionality that this code release brings to the table, I would like to keep it at a very high level and talk about what Brazos means to our customers and what are some of the advantages that it brings to the table for our customers and for us from a competitive standpoint as well. First and foremost, what I like about this new code and what I'm very excited about is the ability for us to bring micro-segmentation to the next level. As you guys know from my previous videos, we had a very good story to talk about from a competitive standpoint against VMware on how we bring micro-segmentation at the application level. But previously, we did not have the ability to bring segmentation down to the VM like what VMware was able to provide. With Brazos and this new software, we have the ability to kind of elevate the conversation because we bring the security of micro-segmentation not only to the virtual machines inside a hypervisor. By the way, we can do it with not only VMware's hypervisor, we can do it with Microsoft or even OpenStack. We can also bring that same level of security and segmentation to physical machines as well, or physical devices. So now Cisco has the ability to provide micro-segmentation agnostic of what connects to the fabric. Physical, virtual, it could be a variety of different hypervisors, etc. Aside from the grand feature of micro-segmentation, which I'm really excited about, something else that I like about this new release is the operational simplicity that Brazos brings to the table. And that is done at a variety of different levels. First and foremost, the GUI itself has been simplified. Now let me elaborate on that a little bit. ACI obviously was designed with this whole idea of a policy model where you would construct policies and then you use those policies to deploy onto a stateless network fabric. But when you constructed those policies, you literally had to learn this new idea of how to put together a small set of rules or small set of policies to stitch together a larger policy. Even a simple task like creating a port channel or configuring a VPC would require you to go into several different screens and configure several different items or small policies and small rules, and then you would put these things together and construct a larger policy of constructing a VPC. This was very complex. For a classic network engineer, this was very difficult because that's not what they're used to. For a software programmer who is used to APIs and object models and smaller modular policies, that was very simple. So we had a challenge with ACI's GUI perceived as a very complex tool to configure our fabric. But with Brazos, we solved that problem. We bring this whole idea of a simplified GUI. So now you have the ability to get into a mode called a basic mode versus an advanced mode, which allows you to see a subset of simple features. So things like configuring a switch port or configuring a policy on a switch are a lot more easier. There is this whole idea of a drag and drop model where I can drag and drop into a canvas on how I would connect between two different switch ports or two different switches. So the policy constructs have been simplified. Along those lines of operational simplicity, one additional feature that was brought on to this new version of software is the fact that now we have the ability to do troubleshooting a lot more easier. There is this concept of a network map. So you are able to see traffic patterns live as well as historically between any two endpoints. You can also look at all the endpoints that are connected at any point of time, and you can look at historical analysis of when a virtual machine or a host moved around and when was the last time it was seen on the fabric. One of the feedbacks that we kept hearing from our customers, especially those individuals that are historical network admins that love the command line interface of NXOS or iOS or CatOS, is the fact that we do not have, or we did not have, the same set of tools that they were used to configure network, which is CLI. With Brazos, we bring back the functionality of CLI, but it's actually a lot better. Traditional CLI tools only allowed you to manage individual network elements. So I would log into a switch, use my CLI and configure different things, look at individual components. But with ACI CLI, you can log into the APIC controller and you have full visibility of the entire fabric. So the last item that I want to highlight is a very important feature that is going to be something that network admins would love. This particular feature allows our network admins to create snapshots of the entire configuration of the fabric at various time intervals. So for example, I could, before making a new update or a new change to the fabric, I could go and create a snapshot, and in the event that something were not to work or my changes did not look the way I want them to work, I can, with a click of a button, roll back to the previous snapshot.